Well, you're looking at the latest pictures coming to you from Hyderabad of that meeting between Prime Minister Modi and Ivanka Trump. Remember, this is a collaboration of India and US to have global entrepreneurs congregate here for the Global Entrepreneurship Summit taking place right now in Hyderabad. So the summit has all set to begin with the Prime Minister and Ivanka Trump there. Sitting in a bilateral with several prominent members of both the governments in attendance. There you see those first pictures coming to you on Times Now. First daughter of the United States sitting with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This is day one of the Global Entrepreneurship Summit taking place in Hyderabad. Ivanka Fest, as we are calling it, because she is championing the cause of empowerment of women. Women first and prosperity always, that's the theme, and we've been speaking, of course, to delegates from across the world who talk about it as a great opportunity for networking and especially for the startups to interact with the seasoned entrepreneurs, those who are looking to make a breakthrough. Those are the entrepreneurs who are looking at this summit with a lot of hope, and Ivanka Trump, of course, spearheading that entire process on behalf of the US delegation. Athar Khan on the phone line with more on this. Yes, Athar, over to you. Give us... Athar Khan joining us live, I'm told. Athar, if you can take us through those pictures that we are getting here, first on Times Now. Run us through those pictures and the details on what exactly is on the agenda at the moment, what is being discussed.
Now the first visuals, of course, on the screen right now of Ivanka Trump meeting the Prime Minister. We also understand that there is a meeting scheduled with the External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj of Ivanka Trump. She is, of course, leading the American delegation here. It's a very strong American delegation with not just big Fortune 500 companies on the roster, but also mid-level, small-level investors that are looking perhaps to look at innovators here in India. Women innovators, of course, like we've been saying throughout the day today during the broadcast, are the focus, the central theme of this particular GES summit that is being held for the first time in any Southern Asian country, for the first time here in Hyderabad, the IT hub of India, giving out the clear message that Hyderabad and India are open for business. Now the bonhomie really between the Trump administration and the Modi administration has been seen for a while now. We saw Prime Minister Modi meeting Trump bilaterally as well, and close cooperation between the two sides here is going to be key, given the fact that Ivanka Trump is still one of the closest advisors to the US President. It's an ever-shrinking inner circle, but for now, for all practical purposes, Ivanka Trump, along with her husband Jared Kushner, are one of those individuals that wield a lot of influence in the Trump White House. That is a fact that has been not lost on anyone. So Ivanka has her fathers here, and even though their administration back home might be embattled, given the fact that there are multiple investigations against them, these visuals, of course, convey that Prime Minister Modi is very serious about making sure the message goes across that India is open for business. Ivanka Trump wearing what I can only presume is an ethnic looking outfit. Not really sure what exactly she's wearing, but Ivanka has also met Kenneth Schuster, who's the US ambassador to India, and he already tweeted earlier in the day. These are first visuals coming to you on the air of Prime Minister Modi having his first face-to-face in India with Ivanka Trump's first ever India visit. She is the member heading a very large American contingent delegation. This, of course, is the first face-to-face. They will co-inaugurate the Global Entrepreneurship Summit in just about minutes from now. This is the photo opportunity. Before that, both sides really visiting face-to-face, the Indian delegation on one side and the Americans on the other. There are, of course, business leaders, CEOs, trade representatives, US diplomats as well in the US contingent. Ivanka is on her first India trip as the advisor to President Donald Trump in the US. Prime Minister Modi, of course, inaugurating earlier the Miapur metro station, rushing straight via chopper to the HICC, where he is now currently meeting Ivanka Trump. And that, after that particular photo opportunity, we should expect some action inside the HICC, given the fact that they will co-inaugurate this particular event. And after that, today is day 0. Let me just correct that. Today is not day 1. They're calling it day 0 because this is a lighter day. Okay. All the action, the plenary sessions, as well as all the networking opportunity, they all start from 9 a.m. tomorrow. These are first visuals visuals on Times Now. We are the only channel, Afrida, as we keep reminding our viewers, that have teams inside and outside the HICC. Blanket coverage really that we've given to Ivanka Trump's Hyderabad visit. She unfortunately cannot visit other cities because the schedule is tight.
Right.
But she is expected to make the keynote address there and hit upon certain notes that we've already highlighted earlier in the broadcast. Afrida, over to you.
Right. And we were speaking to some of our associates earlier who, of course, reminded us that the idea is to bring women entrepreneurs to the center stage. And Ivanka Trump herself being a successful entrepreneur in her own right, that is the mission she is on. Let me also bring in Paul Oomen here. Paul, Arthur was telling us that this is more like a warm-up session and the real action begins tomorrow. But tell us what is on the agenda for the rest of today. I believe there is a lavish dinner lined up for Ivanka Trump. And who else will she be interacting with after this meeting with Prime Minister Modi?
Well, absolutely. In fact, I'm inside the Hyderabad International Convention Center. You can see the delegates for the last 45 minutes. 1,500 delegates from across the world are in fact seated anxiously and patiently for Prime Minister Modi as well as the advisor to the US government, Ivanka Trump, to actually move in. They have been asked to not move around because VIP movement is expected anytime now. We're hearing Prime Minister has landed outside and Sushma Swaraj and Ivanka Trump are having a meeting at the moment. Right after they walk into the auditorium today, we will be seeing the inauguration of the plenary session by Prime Minister himself, following which there will be a session in which the Prime Minister will be addressing the gathering for around 18 to 20 minutes, we're being told, following which Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao will also be addressing the gathering, after which Ivanka Trump herself will be speaking for another 5 minutes is what has been written on the schedule given to us. This is the media gallery where we are reporting from at the moment. After some time, after the 3 keynote addresses, we're hearing a panel discussion on opportunities for women entrepreneurs from across the world, how they can bring about women or encourage women from their communities and countries. Will be a topic of discussion. There will be a panel discussion wherein all the delegates who are present here will actually be participating in this. In fact, people here are eagerly waiting. Anytime now we will be seeing the movement.
Can you also tell us about her meeting with 4 industrialists? We are told that there will be exclusive time of 30 minutes given to the top industrialists of the country, including Ambani, Adani, Adi, Godrej and the Tata Group top brass. Do you have information of those meetings that are lined up for Ivanka Trump? Okay, Arthur, if I can put that question to you, we are running this news, of course, on our screens that Ivanka Trump is going to have her exclusive time with the top industrialists of this country.
Oh, absolutely. Captains of industry like Adi Godrej, Mukesh Ambani, as well as others, and Gautam Adani perhaps also. I'm not sure about Adani, but I am getting reports that Adani also might meet Ivanka Trump there. So it just makes sense for anyone leading the US delegation to meet really the powerhouses of Indian industry, or India Inc. as we call it in business journalistic parlance. It just makes sense for Ivanka to sound them out really, to have a one-to-one discussion with the captains of Indian industry to see where are their interest areas, where do their interest areas lie, where can be further cooperation can be expected, where can the Trump administration grease the wheels, so to say, to make sure that more and more investment flows into India, to make sure that more and more investors, whether they be high net worth individuals or FIIs or angel investors, no matter what kind of investment there might be, as long as there is foreign currency flowing into India, the better for India, the better for the Modi government, whose plank, of course, was to increase not just FDI but overall investment as well.